The Los Angeles Lakers are 5-2 to start the year, and a future without LeBron is looking bright. Even with LeBron missing the first 7 games and Luka missing some time as well, this Lakers team and their cohesiveness is unmatched and making them a top 3 team in the Western Conference so far. The main guy that has carried the load for this team so far, with those absences, is Austin Reaves, averaging 31 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 9 assists. You can tell he definitely spent a whole offseason training with Luka because his shot creation and playmaking skills have definitely elevated. Now let's get into some game highlights of the Los Angeles Lakers against the Miami Heat the other night. Now, Luka did not have a great game shooting the ball, but at least he was able to get his teammates involved, and we're going to enjoy this highlight of a crazy cross-court pass he made one-handed to the left corner. A great thing that the Lakers did throughout this game and win against the Miami Heat was playing team defense without fouling, and Luka is in a mismatch in the post, but he pulls the old man move of getting a pick, and we'll just see team defense throughout this video. This was just an unordinary example. And here we get into a little bit more of the defensive impact of the Lakers as Jackson Hayes gets a block at the rim. If he is able to provide rim protection for this team, he will get minutes. DeAndre Ayton did not play in this game. He has not had the best year, but Jackson Hayes has been solid. And then Luka with active hands. This team had active hands all game, getting deflections and steals. The Lakers are a very dominant pick and roll team, and Luka again dominating in this action, which is why you run it with him. Something that's impressed me that we'll see later on is the fact that Austin Reaves is now the ball handler in the pick and roll action and providing great value at that spot. But here we see him make a behind the head pass for a Jackson Hayes 3. So let's get into it because Austin Reaves on this play gets into a pick and roll action as the ball handler, set up by a down screen from Jackson Hayes. He will then just flip it into that ball screen action. So we will then see Austin Reaves go down the left side, left corner, and it pulls his defender to go over the screen because they have to respect his 3-pointer. So Jackson Hayes rolls down like he should. Andrew Wiggins is the hedge guy on this play. He doesn't exactly hedge too far. It's more of a soft hedge, so he's not providing a ton of pressure, but it's enough where Austin Reaves sees the mismatch and almost like the mislocation of Wiggins, so he can just throw it right over his head for a lob at the rim. And if you really wanted to know why defenders usually go over the ball screen and force him downhill, it's because he has the ability to do this. Here's a pull-up three-pointer for you on a play where the Miami Heat decided to switch this. He has way too much space and hits the shot. Now let's address the elephant in the room because Jake Laravia, who signed a 2-year, $12 million deal with the Lakers this offseason, was the real deal last night. And if he can step up like this consistently, who needs a Dorian Finney-Smith and a Vanderbilt over the past couple of years? Like, this guy will easily step into their role and be the key wing guy for them as he dropped 25 points with 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals in 35 key minutes against the Miami Heat in their win. Remember to like and subscribe, rate and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and be sure to follow all socials for all the content you love. Now back to the action. Defense, defense, and more defense. I absolutely love what they did in this game. A lot of ball pressure, a lot of deflections. And I'm not going to lie, Gabe Vincent getting injured was honestly a blessing in disguise for this Lakers team because Marcus Smart has provided great value in the increased minutes he's been getting, drawing charges, getting deflections, getting active on defense, and that's something that the Lakers have missed over the last couple of years. I'm also in the belief that Marcus Smart can be an offensive initiator at times, just like in this play. He catches the ball on the wing, and Austin Reaves was supposed to use this screen as a flare screen, instead turns it into a cut screen, and Marcus Smart makes the right pass and the right play. I will continue to harp on the fact that Austin Reaves, year after year, continues to improve. When guys miss time, he really steps up, and it really helps when everybody comes back as he can provide the same value. Austin Reaves playing this well offensively will add to many reasons why others will be able to create shots for themselves because Austin Reaves being a threat on top of what Luka and Braun already are, I think the Lakers have one of the most dominant and sneaky offenses we could possibly see this season. Add that to the fact that guys like Marcus Smart and Jake Laravia, the new additions, creating stops, deflections, steals, etc., will only make this team better. Everything is starting to come together for this team, and now Luka on this play will get doubled, as he will see most often times than not, especially when Braun is not playing. Now, if you're Marcus Smart, whose guy is doubling, the best thing you can do as Marcus Smart here is either stay at the three to catch and shoot, or he can cut and force a rotation on the backside from the defense. This only creates more opportunities. Marcus Smart will cut on this play. This forces Jackson Hayes' guy, who is on the left block, to swing over to the right block to stop the layup. And there was a slow rotation by the Miami Heat. So Marcus Smart also had a quick reaction, which caused the slow reaction, and he throws the lob to Jackson Hayes for a dunk. He didn't give time for the defense to react. When Luka and Austin Reaves are playing as well as they are, it's easy to get your other teammates involved, which keeps them in the game on both ends of the floor, which has been a problem in the past. Now, I think we're getting a good look at what the future Lakers team looks like in a future led by Luka and Reaves. Not only is Luka a master of finding his spots and the spots he wants to score in, but he figures out where the space on the floor is, whether it's to make a pass or to score. And here, before he even sees the screen and how he can use it, he sees the space on the left-hand side of the floor in which Jaime Jaquez will end up trying to pinch at this spot. He just gets there a little bit too late, and Luka is able to create and score anyway. So I think the big key here is seeing how much space you have and knowing you can get to this spot, rejecting the screen and scoring. Either way, he's that elite of a scorer that honestly the playmaking comes easy, but you got to think of him as a scorer first, which is tough on defenses. And what did I say before? If you get somebody active on offense, it makes life so much easier on the defensive side of the court. If you are a Los Angeles Laker fan, you have a lot to look forward to. Luka, of course, being the new cornerstone of your team. Now, last year, didn't have a whole lot of time to mesh before playoffs. That is what it is, but now you had a whole training camp, a whole preseason, and now you have a whole season with the new core. Austin Reaves is playing his tail off and continues to improve, and you're 5-2 without LeBron James, who most consider the GOAT. Not me, though. We'll get to that a different day. But LeBron James, not even on the court, and you're 5-2. There's a lot of hope for this team, a lot of young guys on this team, and a lot of key fits in Jake Laravia and Marcus Smart, who were newly acquired in the offseason. If you're a Laker fan, you're excited and you have high hopes for another championship for LeBron James and your team. That'll do it for another episode of Court Vision, a Life in the Stands production. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. Also, go give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And go check out all of our socials, including Instagram, TikTok, X, and more, for new videos, including Move of the Week and Run the Set, where we break down key plays. And until next time, remember, the film never lies.